Hello YouTube, this is Godzilla 98 Rules and I am back with another toy review. This figure here was requested by Gomera42. It is the Tokyo Vinyl Godzilla 2004. Okay, let's get started. Detail. Hopefully you can see, for some reason the lighting is not very good on this figure, but the detail on him is, it's a little bland, but it's got a bit of an interest to it in my opinion. Overall, it's got the kind of cartoonish chibi feel, however you pronounce those kind of toys. Very deformed. Basically it looks like a generic Godzilla. I don't really see any similarities to a 2004 version. Pretty much probably just a color or something, I don't know. But yeah, over large hands, large feet, a tiny tail, big head, a huge mouth, big eyes. Fits that kind of cartoon style. And as you can see, for scales, they're all just basically rectangles scattered all over the figure in all various directions here. And the claws are nice, teeth are nice, the eyes look really good, and overall it's just an okay looking detail wise. And as for the paint job is pretty basic. All the toes, claws on the fingers, toes and all are painted a grayish yellow, and so are the teeth, and they got some red lips lined into it. The only kind of drawback I see is that you can see that they did not paint the inside of the mouth, which I don't understand, but hey, that's okay. And the eyes have a nice orange with gray pupils and a black center inside of them, so it looks really interesting. And the spines on the back have a lightish blue color to them, but once again, I don't understand why they couldn't do the rest, but I think I'm just nitpicking it now. And that's basically it on the paint job. And as for the articulation, this figure has 5 points of articulation. The arms can rotate 360 degrees, but the legs can get in the way. The legs can rotate 360 degrees. And the tail here can rotate 360 degrees. I do point out that I kind of find it a little disappointing that there's no articulation for the head, but yet the Mechagodzilla came with him has head articulation, but once again, it's no big deal. He still looks nice. And now for scaling. This figure here is basically from its own brand, so there's not a whole lot that can scale with it. First thing I'm going to be scaling with is, of course, the Tokyo Vinyl Mechagodzilla. And since Godzilla 2004 is 50 meters, I think this looks okay, but Mechagodzilla is a little smaller than he's supposed to be. But it still looks good, decent. And like I said, because of the way they look, this is about all you can do if you want these two to battle each other, which I think would be interesting to see. Okay. Next, let's scale him with one of the monsters he fought, Anguirus. Excuse me. And yeah, I think this it looks okay, but consider the fact, like I said, because of the way Godzilla here looks, I think it would look rather awkward, but I don't know, in my opinion, I think it could work. Anguirus seems to be in the right size. Maybe Anguirus is just a little bit too big. I don't know, really. Next, I'm going to scale them up with some other figures, the same Godzilla, but different brands. Right here is HG Gasifon, or excuse me, I'm not very certain how you pronounce it, but Gasifon Godzilla 2004. As you can see, he's a lot smaller than him, and yeah, you get the idea. I think it looks okay. And next will be the Bandai Creation Godzilla 2004. And like I said earlier, he's a lot taller because he's about 6-7 inches, and these Tokyo Vinyl guys are only about 5 inches tall, so once again, they really only scale up to their own brand of figures. And when I said brand of figures, the Tokyo Vinyl series is still fresh and new, so at the moment only Godzilla and Mechagodzilla here are the only two that's been released so far. And they're eventually coming out with the Godzilla 1954, and I may pick him up, but I'm still not certain about him. And also, the one only little drawback that some people comment on, but it doesn't bother me a bit, is the fact that this Godzilla just doesn't look right from the front. And honestly, in my opinion, I think he does. I think he does look alright, because his overall look is supposed to be somewhat goofy and ridiculous. So I don't get what all the complaints are. But anyways, overall, I'm gonna give him a 5 out of 5 because he is such a nice figure, and most definitely one any Godzilla collector would want, because for some people, I'm the kind of collector that does like something different, because while I do like the Bandai Godzilla figures that are supposed to look somewhat accurate or very accurate to their counterparts, to what they're basing them off of, I sometimes think that these here are interesting and news, so I most definitely hope that they'll make some more of them. And anyways, like I said, I'm going to give them a 5 out of 5, and this is Godzilla 98 Rules signing out.